ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick,
Big side to me rather than the dark side. Ah! Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Revoltech action figure review on the amazing Yamaguchi DC Comics Deathstroke figure. If you're trying to pick this up, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
I've been pretty excited about this figure, man. It looks really cool already. Anyway, on the side, you can see a tiny little image of Deathstroke right over there. On the back, you can see all kinds of product shots, and you can see him fighting Batman right over there. Pretty cool. A whole ton of accessories, interchangeable heads, looking sweet. On the side, you get a nice image of Deathstroke again. On the top, it says Amazing Yamaguchi DC. Then there's an image of Deathstroke at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Deathstroke out of the packaging, looking pretty awesome with that Slade Wilson head sculpt on there and some really nifty paint apps throughout on this piece. However, I have come across some QC issues, and I'll get into that in just a little bit. But first, we get a pretty sweet set of accessories for Slade, so let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at Deathstroke. In case you wanted to win $100 BBTS store credit, check the link in the description below. That contest ends on February 24th. But anyway, we have the instructions right over here that you want to look through, and we get our standard issue stand for these amazing Yamaguchi. You can see all these ports right over here, and you get the hinges, and you can tighten them with the screwdriver. You also get the clamp, you also get the port right over there. And then aside from the two head sculpts, here's all the other accessories that we get with Deathstroke. We get these 3 pairs of interchangeable hands, we get fisted hands, weapon holding hands with the trigger finger sticking out, and we have these wide open grenade holding hands right there. But really quick, I just want to show off just one of the grenades, and it looks pretty good. They are identical to each other, and you can see we get that port in that grenade holding hand. And you can go ahead and put this right in there, and it works out pretty well. I do like this orange lining and this metallic blue paint throughout. It looks awesome. I really dig that quite a bit. We get 2 of these swords with the gold handle right there, the gold hilt. I really dig that. And you can see we get some nice bright silver paint, and it is a little pointy, so be careful. And I really like that when you put this in the sheath, it does kind of stick out a little bit, or you can see the silver sticking out right there and right there. So that's pretty cool. And we get this nice staff right over here. And we get some beautiful silver paint on it, but you do want to be careful of pouring this into the port that it goes into on his back. As you can see, I did chip a little bit of paint off right there. That was totally my doing. It didn't come like that. We also get big old rifle gun right over here. Pow pow. Looks really good. And you cannot remove the magazine or anything, but it looks really good. I dig this quite a bit. You get the scope right over there. So that's pretty awesome. You also get the handgun, which unfortunately does not fit into the holster securely. It just wants to fall out right away. So that's very annoying, but the sculpt of it looks awesome though. It does look very good. So I like that. Nice plastic. You can see tiny little speckles in there. Same thing with the rifle, you know, that's pretty neat. We get this small knife, which looks really good. I'm loving that silver paint. Really nice. The sheath for this knife does hold it a lot better than the sidearm, so you can see that's not falling out so easily. Then we get this porting system. You can see the port right down here is for the display stand, and you can see that we get the 2 joints right here. You could rotate this and lift it around. There's a little indentation for this ball joint to come in here. So what you do is you take this triangle piece, you want the elevated portion to be on the left, and it's going to port right here into the bottom. And to get the 2 swords plugged in there, you kind of want to make this a little bit more flush right here with that peg. And you could take one of these. I like to go ahead and put this one right here on this side, and then you could take the other one and have it cross over that way. So that looks really cool. If you want them both facing downward or in any direction you want, you could do that if you'd like, but that's what I choose to do. Then for the other weapon set, you could take this rifle. I like to take this peg piece right here and go ahead and weave it right through where the trigger finger hole goes, and then you could port this in on the right side, and then you have this piece, and you could take this little clip right here for staff and plug that in, and then plug this in right over here, and that looks pretty cool. So you have those 2 options, and I think that's pretty awesome that you can do that. Again, just be careful taking this out, as I did, you know, wear off some paint. And the second QC issue I had was an extra blotch of orange paint right in the middle of his head, which I scraped off with an X-Acto knife, but here's an image of it before I had done that, so that was a little irritating, but definitely not a big deal. Looking on the side right over here, but still disappointing though. I'm just saying that it's okay, but it could have been worse, right? But looking on the left side right there, I really like it. You can see the lines coming through the top of the head, and again, I love that metallic blue, man. That looks so cool. Looks like there's just an extra blotch right there towards the back of the head, but it doesn't look too bad. So I'm digging that quite a bit. And then to switch off to the Slade Wilson head sculpt, you want to remove that, and then remove this side right over here, this piece, and that looks really good. I like that. And you can articulate this, which is awesome. I'll get into that articulation later on. We just pop on the Slade Wilson head sculpt and make sure it matches the port in there, and there that goes, and that looks awesome. I dig that. I do think the flesh tone is a little bit too bright though. It could have been just a little bit darker. I find it difficult to shoot because it's just such a bright colored flesh tone, but if I darken things up a little bit, you can see the details in there and the scarring around his face, so I think that looks great. I also really like the silver paint apps for the hair, you know, instead of it just being white, it kind of has this silver look, which is a little bit different, and I like it. You know, a little cool artistic take on it. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. And looking at the rest of this thing, oh my god, it looks stunning. I really love the silver paint apps right here through the mesh or the chainmail. Third QC issue is this bit right over here. I did not do that, man. I'll admit it if I did it, but geez, very frustrating that there's paint chipping right over there. So that sucks. But looking right up here, you know, I'm thinking about trying to get this replaced from BBTS. I might seek that because it's just too many little things. We get some silver blotching right over there. But really, it does look mostly pretty awesome. I'm pleased with it, you know. Just the little details that bother me about it aren't enough to really dock major points from it. You can see some faux grenades right over there. And then you can see the chainmail on his back again. And it doesn't look too bad, you know. Moving this out of the way, you can see the scarf piece waving around. I like that, how it's all chopped up and stuff. And while I complained about this side, I really do like this side, you know. And it's pretty cool that you get the orange on the right and then silver on the left, and then you can see the butt cheeks, and then you can see where the knife goes. Nice straps around the legs. Nice musculature right there too. It does look very good. I like how the knee pads came out right here and the shin guards and everything. It does have very tiny feet. That's one of my biggest gripes with this figure. I have no clue why he has to have such small tiny feet. It would have been cool if he had, you know, a little bit more proportioned out feet right there. There's looking at the back again, but looking at the bottom of the feet right there, he does have treads. Now to go over the articulation with the Slade head sculpt on here, which is just slightly different from the masked head sculpt. I can't really get the head to look up without popping it off the peg. It will look down, and you get side-to-side motion, and you get head tilting. Then removing this, and getting that on there, and that on there. You can see that you can make the masked head sculpt look way far up, so that is awesome. I really like that a lot, and it will look down quite a bit. I like tucking it in the scarf right over there. And you get side-to-side motion and great head tilting. On the back right here, you could rotate this piece all the way around, and it has a little bit of a hinge in there as well. You get a hinge and rotation right over here on this piece, and then you get these weird armpit joints that splay outward, which is a little bizarre, but you can move them out like that, and you can rotate forward and back right here, and you can get the shoulders to move outward that far and move down. You also get the shoulder pads that can rotate side to side and move up and down. So yeah, you get a lot of articulation right there. You also get a rotation right up there at the shoulder. You could rotate the elbows. You could bend the elbows in. You could rotate at the elbow on both sides of the joint, and you get wrist rotation, and it hinges up and down or side to side depending on how you have that configured. You get a diaphragm joint that turns side to side. It crunches forward quite a bit and back quite a bit, a little gappy if you go too far though. And you get some diaphragm pivot over there, and then you also get a waist crunch that moves forward quite a bit, and that waist crunch moves back. You get waist pivot, and it turns side to side at the waist. We also get articulation on these pouches, so you can move these in and out, and you can rotate them up and down. You get hip joints that move outward pretty far, and there it goes, and then you can get the legs kicking forward that much and back a bit. You get thigh rotation up there. It kind of has a weird angle. You get the knees that bend all the way in that far. You can rotate at the knee as well. You can move the knee pads forward and back and rotate them side to side. You do have this weird calf joint right here where you could kind of pivot it just a little bit and rotate it some if you want. So if you want them to have a broken shin or something, you could do that. You also get ankles that move down. You can move them up. You could rotate side to side. You also get this piece right over here above the ankle that you can move up and down and rotate a little bit. You get ankle pivot, which is awesome, and we do get toe articulation. Then to measure out this amazing Yamaguchi figure, you can see that Deathstroke is standing just a little under 7 inches tall. And then here's Deathstroke next to the amazing Yamaguchi Batman figure, and wow, yeah, this figure is a bit easier to vanilla pose those definitely compared to the Batman, but still, I like the height difference between these two. I did have a lot of fun posing these two figures fighting each other. And then for a DC-inspired Marvel character comparison, you can see we have Deathstroke compared to Deadpool, and I do like how they've shortened the neck on the figures, even though Deadpool does look a little bit too small, but you know, we got Marvel and we got DC right there. But yeah, I really do feel like Amazing Yamaguchi is making improvements each step of the way as each figure comes out. And then for a Deathstroke comparison, we have the Amazing Yamaguchi figure next to the DC Universe Classics version, and then we have the DC Collectibles figure right over there. And you can really see how tiny these feet are on this Yamaguchi figure compared to these two. That's crazy. And then here's an Amazing Yamaguchi Deathstroke figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Classic Spider-Man. Hey, Deathstroke. I'm sorry, I get you guys confused. But anyway, Wade, I mean Slade. What does it feel like to have a knockoff version of yourself become more famous than you, huh? Must kind of feel like a letdown, right? Oops, sorry. Yeah, not really, though. So I really like this figure a lot with the little QC issues and all. I mean, it's a bit of a bummer, but I don't know, man. I'm still debating whether or not I should seek a replacement or not, because I really do like this figure and I don't want to pack it up and send it back for a replacement, man. I'd rather just keep it, so I don't know. We'll see. I think it's an awesome figure, and for the price point of about 85 bucks, I think it's worth it, man. You're getting awesome paint apps, spectacular articulation, and I really love the accessories that come with this figure. I'm giving it a stud rating of... And I'd like to know what you guys think. I mean, me personally, I think this is the best Deathstroke figure that's ever existed. My biggest gripe with it is the tiny feet, but man, it's still a lot of fun. Anyway, if you liked this video, please hit that like button. If you want to subscribe to this channel for more ShartimusPrime videos coming your way, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And please go ahead and follow me on the social media over on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Stardust. Links to everything in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face is hit my shot. Your face is hit my shot. Your face.